Testing, testing, 1, 2. Oh, snap. Okay. Cool, cool. All right. Second thing. Oh, time to get it. Good morning, good morning. Another beautiful day. Today is the 28th. We have sped through this month for real. So let's see what's happening on the 28th. So no speakers or anything coming up for the end of this month. The one stock that I do see up right now is PRTG. It is $12.39. Let's go see what it's talking about real quick. PRTG. Portage Biotech. We've seen this one before in the past. Did it get some more news out here? Up 46%. 1 hour ago, Portage Biotech reports confirmatory preclinical results in mesothelioma, supporting first in-human trial of Port 7. But this is preclinical, so they haven't made it to the clinic yet. Okay, so that's probably why we're seeing some of these higher wicks and things. Has 2,600,000 shares right now. Okay, let's go and look at the NQ and some of our bigger markets so we can get a bigger picture here. I see SOXS is positive today, which probably means the NQ is moving a little bit downward. Okay, so looking back here, these are the levels that I had previously marked out here and how many times they've been tested. So this was the 23rd. What was Friday? Friday was the 25th. So it's back up to this 19,400. And it came up here above it and tested it once again. One came up and tested it right there, 19,400. Right now it is in consolidation. It's not above the ATR. It's not below. It's just sitting right in between them. We'll see what that wants to do come open. Let's see about oil. Oil still hasn't regained that other trend line that it had up. Fell down back to 61, but made a higher low. So this previous one was around 61.78 and it stopped there at 61.78 again. And just continues to try to ride up, but it's not a complete trend just yet. Anyway, Let me jump over here to a good friend, Bitcoin. Bitcoin at that 90,000, 95,000, my bad. Looking beautiful. And I still think it's got some chopping to do around. I'm not too in a rush to do anything else with any crypto right now. It's kind of sitting and waiting and watching. $472. 472. Google last week had some pretty good news came up, and the problem is some of these larger caps, they have to take resting periods before they actually continue to grind higher. And I know on Friday this thing came in 168 and just down, 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 down. You know, even with the good news. Amazon making its way toward back up towards this flat top, this 190 level, but not really up much. SMCI right at that flat top. These are having some similar looks here. Hood is up 2%. It already got through what looked like a little flat top here. So Hood and Hims are the only two things that I see that are up at least 2% at large and mid caps. Nvidia and Tesla leading on the day, though, both of them having 3 million shares traded. PRTG, this was the preclinical trial. It hasn't made it to the clinic yet, hasn't been tested in warm bodies, so preclinical is pretty much theories about what can occur. And we see it says Portage Biotech reports confirmatory preclinical results in mesothelioma supporting first in-human trial of Port7. Let's click on that. All right. So preclinical efficacy data, a selective adenosine A2B receptor inhibitor. Portage is advancing the dose escalation, a potent and selective inhibitor. Okay, so we'll mark the first time two highly selective A2B and A2A and A2B antagonists are combined in patients, but it hasn't been done yet though. Enhanced anti-tumor responses. So it's an innovative approach and is designed to fully neutralize adenosine-mediated immune suppression, enhance anti-tumor responses, and broaden the impact of immunotherapy. Okay, that sounds good. Jumping over here to Yahoo, let's see. April jobs report and big tech earnings on tap for the week ahead. Student loan servicer Mohella faces probe over payment errors. Mohella. U.S. ports see demand drop as Walmart, Target face empty shelves. I I was seeing some places Walmart had changed to some kind of fee when you try to self checkout. Haven't really looked into it. I was just like, oh, that's not good for Walmart. Let's see. Promises of boom. 100 days in, stocks have only taken a hit. Well, I mean, Trump promised a boom. 100 days in, stocks have only taken a hit. It's subjective, yes. U.S. shoppers pay for Trump tariffs on Temu, doubling some prices. Domino's posts surprise fall in U.S. same-store sales. Wait, what's this? Domino's. DPUK. DPZ. Ooh, Domino's 500 bucks a share. Do they pay dividends? Let's see. What? Interesting. Okay. They do. Quarterly dividend of $1.51. And these are qualified dividends as well. So let me see. Started back in 2004. 2007, 2012, 20, 30, 38, 46. It looks like it's only been going up. DPZ. It hit a low of $2.61 in 2008, and since then it's just been running all the way up to 487. People do like the Domino's, the Domino. It's not really as cheap as Little Caesars, but you get some pretty good pizza. Little Caesars, the only thing is once it gets cold, it kind of becomes a weapon. So you gotta keep it at a certain temperature. Yeah, for right now, it looks like PRTG is the only one that I'm seeing in the low floats. Um, with volume now, with these higher price ones, I don't look at for much or as much volume as I do in the low. If they're cheaper, I'm looking for them to go ahead and get some more volume. Look, you're cheaper. You got room to grow. This one's got 3 million shares traded on it, and it's $12.88. So I'm pretty sure if this one has preclinical data, right? It's basically operating on theories right now. Then something else should be able to overtake it in volume pretty quickly. NQ below the ATR low here. I'm thinking it's going to be bearish below 19,400 or 19,500. And then I'm thinking it's bullish above 19,500, but it's sitting in right in the middle of it right now. Stocks have had a good bounce, but here's why this investment manager thinks lows will be retested. I mean, maybe. If they are, we'll be ready. Still got money to buy, looking to buy. This is the one that I really want to retest the lows. They had a low down here of 345. I love to add into some of this 380-ish level. Right now it's about to go back over my break even, which is 430. But I kind of wanted to see it circulate in here a little bit more so I can add some shares on Xerox. PRTG, we've seen this one multiple times. It does these little pops and drops. Now, I think the other times it actually had better news, but this today is just weak news for real. Oh, let's see. So I had this little drop off in 2024, pop and drop, gap up, and all the way to 8, pop and drop. Had a push up all the way to 23 bucks one day with the drop off. And that's what we see, just repeating cycle of dropping like that. Okay. Point of control right now is 12, between 1230 and 1275. That's what I'm gonna expect it to get back to 1230 to 1275. Start to break this down. All right, once it breaks that down, maybe attention will flow somewhere else. We'll be able to get active. Anyway, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Definitely got some rest, but still just a busy weekend, man. Yes, a busy weekend. Hmm. 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 Oh, I forgot. Yeah, put that up. This custom test. It says it's the same, which is not right. That's not doing it. Fireball, custom 13. Nice little gap down on the spy. Then playing around in this center area. Can we get that push down back to this 9,400, 9,500? But it is Monday, so it's one of those days that a lot of bigger investors are just like, man, it's Monday, time to observe, time to learn some things. But hyper scalpers and really fast traders come in here and are looking for things like PRTG that may not have great news, but they're moving up. So moving up from 951 all the way up here to 1536. And this was at 5 o'clock this morning for me, and I'm on Central Standard Time. So 5:15, 5:45, 6 o'clock, it was already doing this little fall down. And I saw it when it was like right here. But I also noticed this big old top and tail, and I was like, okay, must be a reason for this to be getting driven down like this. And when I go and look, preclinical data, nothing substantial. And you can tell by the way that it's moving, it's just not aggressive, not something that's moving like, oh man, we gotta, get up and go. This thing's just barely moving. It's about to be 7 o'clock, less than 2 minutes. And we usually see increased volume at 7. So we'll see where it actually ends up flowing, because it's got to be going somewhere if it's not on PRTG. Brazil to offer tax breaks to lure data center investment, sources say. China pushes for prudence on CK Hutchinson's ports deal. Taiwan's Invitech to invest up to 85 million in US to lessen tariff impact. Wow. That's a lot of money. M&S tells warehouse agency staff to stay home as cyber incident continues. M&S, what is it? What is M&S? London, British retailer Marks and Spencer told agency staff at its Central England distribution center to stay home on Monday after it stopped taking online orders following a cyber incident last week. Interesting. Good stocks to buy. Let's check American Airlines and see if it's up. Still not over 10, which is good for me. I would like to see it come on down some. PRTG getting back to that level. We're talking about the point of control, and it looks like this point of control on a 15-minute has shifted to 1250. Was 1230, 1270 to 1230. Now it's kind of shifted. Want to see if it actually ends up breaking down this level. But it doesn't have a whole lot of push to it. Four million shares traded on this one. NQ threw a wick down here to the 19,500s and looks like it popped up a little bit. Has a little bit of time left on this candle though. So I throw a wick all the way to the bottom of this little casing. Let's see if it continues to push. See if that point of control moves down even more. We can get below 1230. Almost 5 million shares traded on this little weak stop. Right at that ATR low, came down there and tested, pulled back off of it, and another little bounce there. But I'm thinking it's more bearish than bullish if it continues to test around this level. Yep, there it is. A little drop ski through there. And then we got the point of control right here at 19,467. Can it push all the way down there? Starting to pick up some momentum. PRTG is one of those stocks that does not care about the market, but it's just that weak catalyst that it has that's keeping me away. So now below the ATR, I'm thinking bearish on this morning, unless something big changes. Coming down to this point of control. Almost got it. Big candle overall from 9,515 all the way down here to 9,470. So it says looking better and better as this market continues to come down. But nothing is secured yet because, I mean, market's only down 0.27. It could easily flip back over on the open. PRTG came down here to the bottom, popped up, and kind of just becoming a chop factory. Almost 5 million shares traded on it. I'm seeing another one pop up. Cheaper one, GLMD. GLMD. Let's go see what's going on over here. Shot up from 164 all the way to 330. GMLD or GLMD. GallMed Pharmaceuticals. Last news was on April 17th. GallMed Pharmaceuticals launches BCU collaboration to tackle drug resistance in GI cancers. Okay, and then before that it says it unveils novel pharmacodynamic blood markers for Aramcol, the most clinically advanced SCD1 inhibitor. So I had previous news, not super old news, and had quite a bit of it too coming in there. So let's see what this one wants to do. Let's look at the higher time frame, higher charts here. So it's at 157. Had a pop 251, and this is above this little 251 level. Does not have news on today though. One of the things that I forgot to do was look at where these two are originating out of. Let's go back over to Yahoo, get this profile. Oh, this is an Israeli stock. Okay, GallMed, GLMD. Put that one on the back burner. And then where's the other one from? PRTG. Portage Biotech is from British Virgin Islands. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Israeli stocks. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Alone. So the two that I've seen today have just been, it's like, man, if only you could act right. Now, if you are into trading Israeli stocks, I mean, this thing has moved quite a bit, but I've seen these crush. And when these are leading the day, either Israeli or Chinese stocks are leading the day, I'm just like, I'm going to keep my money in my pocket. And it has now doubled the volume of PRTG. It is cheaper, so more people can kind of do things with it. Let's go and look at where these two. So on Portage, let's go to statistics here. Portage has insiders 51.38%. So a lot of insiders on that one, but weak catalysts. Let's look at their holders. JP Morgan doesn't have a whole lot. The top folks holding things in here are not the big guys. Only 2,000 shares, 2,000 shares, nothing major being held there. Let's go over to GLMD. Hitting 10 million shares quite quickly. Insiders and institutions very low on both sides on GLMD. Of course, this is Israeli, so you know anything can happen with it. And by anything, I mean usually it's something bad. Float, short float, all that stuff. Let's go look at their holders. All right. Again, most of the folks up top are not the big guys. UBS, Morgan Stanley, or yeah, Morgan Stanley is kind of a big guy, but they don't really have millions of these shares. It's probably a good reason for that. Living past 90 or even 100 will become more common. Are you ready for it? Hmm, we'll see. More people have adjusted their diets and are, drinking more water, trying to stay a little bit healthier. Gallimard has a shelf registration from last year in November. PRTG. No shelf registrations on that one. But neither one of those I really just like, oh man, I just gotta have that one. I need to see GLMD fall on the day to do anything else. And what I mean by fall, I mean absolutely drop in volume and fall below the ATR highs when it market opens. $12 million shares traded on it now as it's trying to get over 100%, but still facing some backlash as most Israeli stocks do. So we got one nice little topping wick here. We got two with a lower high. So on this candle, it's going to need to break over this 315 to continue being aggressive upward. If not, it's going to close this candle with a nice topping tail again, which is going to signal more bearish behavior. 13 million shares traded. So it does have the volume for people to be taking big sizes, whether it's short or long. And they're definitely doing it. Volume over here on PRTG has completely dried up since GLMD has entered the scene. $0.15 away. It's got to break this top to get to 100%. Up to 319 on that last little try. Didn't get a body up there, just kind of threw a wick. Point of control is still at the 256 right now. $243 to the 256 is where its struggle point is, or where the majority of trades have been traded. So let me mark that up. 243 to 256. We'll see if that ends up changing. I make that too far away. Okay, let me activate. There we go. All right, looking for it to come back all the way through this level and fail this 243. The NQ ended up circling back around, went bearish, and it's kind of playing within this. It's just holding this consolidation. Had a move off of this ATR low, came back, crushed it, came back through it, came back. And so I don't know which way it wants to go. The market is kind of in a very indecisive motion here, as long as it's in between ATR low and high. Could go either way. Got about 7 minutes left, and then I'm going to do something else. The two that I've seen this morning have definitely gave me pause for thought. $17 million shares traded on GLMD. Still nothing new popping in. Just a big struggle at that $3 level. It looks like that it keeps returning to. Yeah, I think for today I will be in observation for something better. Um, GLMD and PRTG just not that impressive for sure. I'm about to shut it down. Um, I'll be back tomorrow morning pre-market. And if I end up seeing anything else, I will let you guys know in the Discord. If I have any further updates, I'll let you guys know in the Discord as well. But yeah, not sure about today. I'm thinking most of the market isn't sure because this consolidation that it's seeing right now. But yeah, that is it for me today. And as always, another day to learn and add to the library of what you should and shouldn't do. If you already got rules, maybe you will be able to say, well, I shouldn't have traded that, or I should have traded that, or maybe I should have sized down. We're going to continue to trade. Definitely keep your head on a swivel. Markets are looking like they're just in consolidation. I don't know what they want to do right now. And SOXS is actually up on the day, which is the bearish signal for the market because it goes up when the market is going down. So I would definitely be careful with that. But yeah, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.